Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're going to be doing another full review episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do, so let's do it to it, shall we? Here we are, back with the Armagnac Sauval XO. XO stands for extra old. We're going to do a quick little bottle tour so that you can see exactly what we're looking at here. 40% alcohol by volume. On the back side, 15 years of aging in our cellars. So XO is usually, I do believe they're 15 to 20 or 15 to 25 years. I did a little bit of research, and this is discontinued, and there are still, I believe there's still like 5 or 6, at least 5 bottles still on the shelf in the clearance section of my local specs. So Marquis de Sauval is discontinued. This is a Jardevey, 12 to 25 years. It says on the back 15 years, but the website and the information you can find on it said 12 to 25 years. And it comes from a single distillery. Now the distilleries and the vineyards and stuff in France, they name these particular types of libations after where they're made. So Armagnac, there's a Cognac, France, there's a Champagne, France. So these French names for these libations, they call them that. That's because it's where it comes from. So Mr. Randy is a 3-part series. I do a 3-part to my series review. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, have my first pour, and share my first impressions with you, because that's what we do here. Part 2, full review time. We're going to shrink it on down to about halfway. We're going to let it sit there on the shelf for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, so it can off gas, open up, relax. You know, because sometimes a lot of these spirits, they've captured gas. The libation inside is everything is like squeezed together and compact and being held in that bottle. This right here has been like off gassing. Haven't opened it. Somewhere between a week and 2 weeks. It's on a schedule, so it's never always the same. It's wherever it lands on the scheduling between a week and a half to 2 weeks. I let it sit. I go online. I find out what I can. Not a whole lot. Do some research. This is my first Armagnac. So it was kind of interesting going through, watching videos and reading information and whatnot. That was nice. So I come back. We talk about it. I score it. We continue to drink it because part 3, final pour episode, that's the name. We have that final pour compared to the first pour off the rip and everything in between. Armagnac Sauval XO cork pot. Nondescript. Let's go ahead and get this pour on, shall we? I've found this to be a very interesting experience. So look at that color on that thing. That there looks like a bourbon. It straight up looks like a bourbon. So I guess we're going to break out Mr. Randy's handy dandy whiskey color scale off camera. We're going to try and lock this down. This is probably going to be one of the darker ones. Okay. With my lighting, it's coming through as a deep tawny mahogany. It's not quite dark enough to count as an Oloroso sherry. But deep tawny, we'll go with that, and we're moving on. Under the nose, it's coming off like maybe a whiskey, like a bourbon. It's really coming off as like a really light bourbon. It's nice. It did remind me of like a really light, delicate bourbon. This thing it says 15 years. After 15 years of aging. But on the website that I found, which I didn't write that down, I should have wrote that down. I didn't get very much information, but they were just kind of talking about the stuff in passing almost. Like, hey, this existed. Okay. So it's called Boss Armagnac at Gascony, France. 80. Okay, so that's okay. That's where I'm at. Let's go ahead and get a first palating, and then we'll continue to talk about some information. That's very interesting. It smells like a very light, delicate bourbon. And the taste, the initial tasting, it's going to get kind of wild. But then it goes deep. And I'm not going to say tart, I'm going to say sour, because it is almost at like a sourness to it. But it's not bad. It's very rich, but not overwhelmingly. So the normal price for this bottle would have ran you 80 clams. But as it is discontinued, it was discounted down, and I got it out the door for $36.79. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to skip all the way to the end of this process for this full review. And I'm going to tell you, I will buy this again for $36.79. I'm going to go grab a bottle of this, and I'm going to keep it in my stash. So the next time I'm at Specs, I'm grabbing a bottle of this for the stash. So on the nose, I'm getting honeyed almonds, toffee, candied apricots. Now it's once I've had it on the palate, it's no longer really a delicate whiskey. It's more like a delicate cognac. So the difference between an Armagnac and a cognac is how many times it's distilled and the proof point. And of course where it came from, where it was made, where they stored it and aged it, and how they aged it. All these little variations I haven't gotten into. All these subtleties will make the differences between the labels. So one more on the palate and we'll talk about it. No, the glass was clean, but my hands weren't. So. Yeah, I'll just grab a little thingamajigger, my bar rag. It's got some nice little veiny legs there, isn't it? On the palate, honey nut was definitely honey almonds, vanilla oak, some fruitiness. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm very pleased with this Sauval XO as being my entry point into the Armagnac. Once again, I'm going to give a shout out to Mad Mick, venturing out from his comfort zones, as well as I do, to try something new you haven't tried before. You just might find something that you like. He started doing some Armagnacs, and then I found this one, and I'm like, yep, let's do an Armagnac. Now, Specs does still have cognac, but they're sort of stepping away from the Armagnac. Let me get one more and then we'll do a finish. If this is the first video you're watching from my channel because you came down for the Armagnac, I do other libations of sorts. I do all sorts of whiskeys: American, Irish, Scotch, Japanese. I'm really starting to get now into Japanese and try many different things of theirs. I've got a great one coming up, Nika coffee. It's got a very nice, beautiful, this is the best I've had of the Nyaks. The Nyaks. I didn't care for a lot of the cognacs, but then again, I was swinging kind of low. We did hit some pretty big names. Hennessy, Courvoisier. I think there was a couple other ones. But maybe I should revisit a few of these, except maybe take a step up with the Hennessy and the Courvoisier. Because I do believe I got some of the lower end aged ones, the young ones, and I was trying some older ones. But this is very interesting on the palates. Well, let's go ahead and do the finish and we'll talk about it. Mm. Mm. Honey almonds, toffee, candied apricots, vanilla, and oak. Very nice. This is a very low intensity libation. It's very, very sweet, syrupy, like I said, candied apricots, honeyed almonds, and toffee. Very easy. You're getting light tingliness and numbness across the tongue, roof of the mouth, the gums, cheeks and jowls. Everything's pretty balanced. It is just a sweet nectar kind of drink here. Don't let the initial palating of it dissuade you from continuing to get to know it, because once you do, this is a very beautiful thing. It is very nice. The flavor palette does linger just a little bit. It's very nice. It doesn't want to leave you so easily. Let's put a score on it. This is a very difficult thing to do, especially when you come across something that is discontinued. It is a very, very wonderful bottle for the price of $36.79. It's very nice. This is a very, very excellent experience. I'm going to give it a good score of strong 4 out of 5. I'm going to take out the discontinued part, and I will even say for the original price of $80 for this bottle, it's a very nice experience. I don't really think it would be an $80 for me, but then again, Armagnac and I'll even throw in cognac are not my forte. That it's not really what I've been into quite a bit, but this might actually get this actually has gotten me more interested in this sort of back to France. Let's go back to France. Okay, so my fair price for this, definitely wouldn't be feeling good about 80, but besides that, I think round about a $50 to $60 would feel a little bit more comfortable for me for this bottle. Would I go back to Specs and pay $60 for that bottle? Not when I could pay $36.79. And we've already said I'd buy this again, so there it is. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you're still watching, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That way, as soon as these videos get released, they come right to you. We're doing all kinds of stuff in 2026. I'm trying to get some scheduling in for some distillery visits, get out there, do some events and whatnot here in San Antonio, Texas. Well, there it is. Armagnac Sauval XO. Let me know in the comment section, have you had this? Have you seen it? Probably not. It is discontinued once again, but there it is. As always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Have a delectable one.